For the win! Yes! Yes! Oh! Unbelievable!
Welcome back, everybody. This is Sharpsiders. I'm Jay Daniels. I got Eddie Wayne with me. Today, we're going to talk about the NBA playoff picture. We're going to tell you a couple teams that we like, a couple teams we think that can get through the playoffs and make it to the finals. We're also going to talk to you about a couple teams that are sitting on the bubble. You know, some teams that might be able to sneak in, some teams that might get kicked out. You know, we're going to throw down the situation for you.
This year is probably not too wide open. I think there's some clear-cut teams that are going to be in it, but I think in the East, probably a pretty easy path for the Cavaliers. I think the way that they're matching up in their bracket, if you would call it, in the NBA playoffs is going to be pretty easy for them. I don't think Toronto matches up too well with them, which would be who they'd have to play in the second round if everyone went according to plan. And then I think the only two that would be able to compete with them in the East would probably be the Hawks and the Bulls. But one of those two is going to knock each other out if the seeds remain the way they are. The 1 and the 4 would play in the second round. So they'll really only have to face one of those two teams in the playoffs, which, you know, I think that would be a little easier road for them. And the Hawks just losing Cephalosha to the broken tibia, I think that really hurts them a lot. That was who was going to be guarding LeBron in the playoffs was Cephalosha, so that's a big loss for them. And you know, they had that big winning streak in the beginning of the season, but I think they kind of died down a little bit, come down to earth a little bit. And then the Bulls, I think, you know, they could definitely give them a good run. So I think those are the only two teams that can really compete with the Cavs in the East. But ultimately, I think the Cavaliers will definitely come out of the East. In the West, a little
tougher.
A little better competition there, yeah. I think. And I think it's going to come down to the Warriors and the Spurs. Those two teams are definitely playing the best right now. Spurs are getting hot at the right time, and we all know how they can be in the playoffs. Never count them out. So I think it's going to come down to those two. But we'll see what happens. So.
Yeah, well, I mean, I agree with you. You know, Cleveland, obviously, you know, they're best. I believe they're the best team in the East. You know, you have some people, you know, question. I mean, Atlanta 60-19. You know, that's a great record. But let's be honest. You know, LeBron, best player in the world. You know, and they got Kevin Love. You know, Kyrie Irving. It's those three right there. When it comes down to it, when it comes to game time, when it comes to the pressure in the playoff situation, you know, I think they roll through. And then, yeah, you know, Golden State 64-15. San Antonio, like I said, San Antonio is always in the playoff picture. They're always, you know, making a playoff run because they play team basketball. You know, if you look at them, they don't have guys that are just going out and scoring 35 a game. You know, everybody's chipping in. You know, it's different guys every night. So they definitely have a shot at this. Atlanta, you know, you got to respect their 60-19 record. You know, nobody even thought they were going to get close to that in the beginning of the season, but you got to respect that, sitting at the top of the East. You know, like you said, Chicago's a little iffy. You know, like they said with Derrick Rose, their record is way better with him on the court than off the court. But how strong he is coming back, it's questionable. But if he plays, you know, I'd say like 90% of the old Derrick Rose that we know, they could definitely make a push in the playoffs.
Yeah, I definitely think there's some teams that can make some noise in the playoffs. At least push some games couple series a little longer than we thought they would. The Pelicans, I think, will definitely give Golden State a decent run. I don't think they're going to win it, obviously, but if they sneak in there, I think they can always pose a problem. I think they probably have Anthony Davis, one of the top 3 players in the NBA right now, the way he's playing. I think they could definitely run with anybody on any given night, so we could see that. Memphis, I'm just not sold on them. The other number 2 seed in the West, but I don't know how they have enough firepower. They're one of the best defensive teams in the NBA, but in the playoffs, we all know that the stars take over, and you need some firepower. You need to be able to score as well as play good defense. And I think that's what could come back to haunt them when it comes to playoff time, is that lack of firepower for them on offense. But the teams I would avoid, the Clippers, the Rockets, they got the big names, but we all know come playoff time, the Clippers, they always go first-round exits year after year. The Rockets the same way. it's just going to repeat. They haven't really done anything. In the end, who do you got in the finals this year?
I'm gonna go Cleveland, and I think Golden State.
You think Golden State?
Yeah, I'm gonna go Cleveland, Golden State.
I think the Spurs get it done again, and they play the Cavaliers, and I don't have a finals pick for you yet, but we will get to that.
We're gonna hold off on
line.
the finals pick. All right, everybody. Before we go, we want to extend a promo offer for our NBA playoff package. Now, our package is regularly $149.95. That gets you every pick throughout the entire NBA playoff. But we want to give everybody who's watching this right now, all of our followers, we want to give you a promo code. Now, the promo code, I'm going to post it right below me. It should show up right about now. It's going to say Sharp25. Now, that's going to get you 25% off of our NBA playoff package. At $149.95, it's about $3 a day. But with the 25% off, you can get, instead of $150, you get 25% off would be $37.50 off. But yes, so I'm going to post it right now below, Sharp25. Email that to us in the subject of the email. So when you email sharpsiders@yahoo.com to purchase our NBA playoff package, make sure you put Sharp25 in the subject line to get 25% off. Right.
So,
all right. Well, that's gonna conclude it for this episode of Sharpsiders. If you want to follow us on Twitter, I'll put the links. I'm Jay Daniels. I got Eddie Wayne. I'll put them right down below me. If you'd like to purchase any of our picks, you can email us at sharpsiders@yahoo.com. Again, I'll post the link right below me. We like to keep our picks pretty cheap, $10, $20. Maybe some of the premiums we might give out for $25, depending on how big the situation is. But we want to keep them cheap. We understand you guys trying to make a profit, and when you're betting, we don't want you to charge too much for you to just get our picks. So we try to keep them cheap. Like I said, email us, sharpsiders@yahoo.com. But until next time, happy betting, everybody.